Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Gabrielle Ray and I present cases of the unsolved homicides, missing persons, and the unidentified. Today I will be presenting you another one of my Missing in America series. This will be the third one so far, and I will be going over the cases of Otava Radek, Cary Huie, and Stephen Chan. Otava Radek was 25 years old at the time of his disappearance. He went missing on March 23rd, 1998. He was a white male, 5'9" to 5'10", 160 to 170 pounds, with brown hair and blue eyes. He was last seen wearing a black t-shirt, a black coat with a red trim, and black and white pants, and he speaks very little English. Now, he went missing out of Middletown, Connecticut, and he was last seen driving a gray 1985 Plymouth Reliant and was never heard from again. I went on NamUs and I actually clicked on where he was last seen, and it said that it was in a parking lot behind Domino's Plaza on South Main Street. But I'm not quite sure if that really has anything to do with his actual location or if that was just the location of the city and where it just so happened to fall. But basically, there is really no information on his disappearance other than what I have stated. And this is a very open-ended case. There could be many conclusions drawn from the information given. It could be a suicide, but his body was never found. It could be that he ran away and he is starting his own life somewhere and he's free and he's at peace and he's just living his own life somewhere. We don't know, and unfortunately, police don't know either, and neither do investigators. Where is his car and why has it never been located? That is a very big question that rings in my mind. A car is something that should be easy to find, especially when it's connected to a missing person. And are police still looking for this vehicle? Is there still a bolo out on this vehicle, his license plates, anything having to do with it? But we have no idea, the public at least. Were there any cell phone pings? Could he gotten in an accident involving his car? And possibly his car is in rough terrain where it is uneasily accessed by the public, or could it possibly be submerged in a body of water somewhere? Could it have been foul play? Since he's never been found since 1998. Now, I hate to even bring up foul play as a conclusion to these videos, but unfortunately, we just don't know, and these people are out there somewhere, and either their remains have never been found or they have never been found. And that's the reason we need to keep our eyes open for these people, because they have family, they have friends, they have loved ones that are out there searching for them and looking for them, and they're very worried, as well as us in general who are watching these videos. Could he have possibly been delusional or confused? And I'm not sure of his mental state. Honestly, I couldn't find any information on his mental state, if there was any drug usage, anything having to do with his personal life. But since he speaks very little English, could he be possibly somewhere looking for help and just can't get it right? I don't know. And that's the thing that has been eating away at me for so long, is that these cases have gone unsolved for so many years. And somebody out there has to know something. At least something having to do with this disappearance and all the rest. Now, if you or anybody you know have any information on Otava's case, please call the Middletown Police Department at 860-638-4134. His name is case number is MP3300, and the agency case number is 988-8011. Once again, he is a white male, stands at 5'9" to 5'10", weighing 160 to 170 pounds. He has brown hair and blue eyes and was last seen wearing a black t-shirt, a black coat with red trim, and black and white pants. And please do remember he speaks very little English. Now, if you see somebody who you think is a missing person, please do not approach them yourself. Call the local law enforcement and have them handle the case. And I just want to thank you in advance for keeping your eyes out and also for watching these videos. It means a lot to the family, and it means a lot to me as well. The next case I will be presenting is the case of Cary Huie. She is a white female, stands at 5'1" to 5'2", weighs 165 to 170 pounds, has brown hair and hazel eyes, and was born on May 19th, 1955. She disappeared from Newcastle, Delaware on January 20th, 1998. She has a scar on her abdomen from a C-section. Her maiden name is Carrie Sue Shields, and she was also taking antidepressant medication. She was 42 at the time of her disappearance, and she is considered endangered missing. She possibly traveled to North Carolina to visit her son, and we are unsure if she ended up getting there or if she had even left in the first place. She may endanger herself if her medication is not taken as directed, and she abruptly disappeared from her apartment in the Villas Apartments. Foul play is suspected in her case, and some believe that she could possibly be the white female who was unidentified in Nashville, Tennessee, in the Cumberland River, who was found on March 18th, 1998. But we unfortunately are unsure about that. Her dental charts are not available, but fingerprints and DNA samples are. So if one might possibly believe that she is this unidentified woman, we can match her with DNA because her sample is in the system. If Carrie was still alive today, she would be 64 years old. Now, this case is very open-ended because of how little information has been given. Could it have been a suicide? I know she was on antidepressant medication, and I'm not saying that everybody who is on antidepressant medications are suicidal, because I am myself on antidepressant medication. And just because somebody is on antidepressants doesn't mean that their mental state is in awry and is just in shambles. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means that they have certain inner issues that are being dealt with and may or may not have anything to even do with her disappearance. But it is very important to note that she was taking medication, and if she's not taking it as directed, it could be harmful towards her or possibly other people. Could she have possibly ran away voluntarily? I don't think that she would abruptly disappear from her family, especially when she was supposed to be visiting her son in North Carolina. And I also don't think she would have left without her medication as well. Were her belongings still at the residence? Was her residence even checked? Did the police go into her apartment and, scope it out and see if anything was amiss there? The public, unfortunately, has not gotten that information, and I have no idea. But I presume that they did because, the police know a lot more than we do, and the police know that what they have to do in certain situations like this. So I'm pretty sure that they probably did check her apartment, but we just are not sure of those details. Could she have possibly been harmed on her way to visit her son? Could she have gotten in an accident? Or somebody, picked her up? We have no idea. And also, she could have been harmed at her own apartment. She abruptly disappeared from her apartment, so I'm presuming that the apartment complex has a little bit to do with her disappearance. I'm not sure if any suspects were named in this case, or if there even are any suspects in this case. And I'm Also unsure if police went and interviewed people in the apartments to see if they saw any wrongdoing or anything having to do with Carrie or her disappearance. Um, and if she is the unidentified lady, then they can match her through DNA. And I am very well hoping that in the future, if not, if they haven't already, will match her to an unidentified woman, or this unidentified woman be matched to anybody, so families can get closure and answers and justice for what has been years without any knowledge of anything having to do with their case. Once again, Carrie was born on May 19th, 1955. She's a white female and stands at 5'1" to 5'2". She weighs 165 to 170 pounds and has brown hair and hazel eyes. She has a scar in her abdomen from a C-section. Her maiden name is Cary Sue Shields, and she was also taking antidepressant medication. Now, Newcastle Police Department's phone number is 302 573 2800 if you or anybody you know have any information on this case. Her NamUs case number is MP6948, and the agency case number is 32-98-016341. Stephen Chan went missing from Irving, Massachusetts on April 2nd, 2018. He is an Asian male who stands at 5'8" to 5'9", weighs 140 pounds, and has black hair and brown eyes. He wears eyeglasses with rectangular frames and was last seen in light-colored, possibly gray, hooded sweatshirt, and possibly the same one is in the picture on therecorder.com. He was 21 years old at the time of his disappearance. He was involved in a single-car accident in East Templeton, Massachusetts. After everything was all said and done, his vehicle was towed from the scene and he called an Uber to Irving, Massachusetts. Now, he was last seen in the area of Dorsey Road around 2:30 p.m., and search dogs lost his scent on Dorsey Road. Now, the fact that the dogs lost his scent on Dorsey Road signifies that he may have been picked up by a vehicle. We are not sure, and if this information is not corroborated or has not been released to the public, if he had or hadn't been picked up by a vehicle. It's a little odd that the search dogs would have lost his scent where he was last seen and didn't go anywhere else. He lived with his parents in Bristol, Rhode Island. He was supposed to be enrolled in college there, but he was under pressure about school and ended up dropping out. It is suspected that he may have decided to walk out of his life. He is harmless, said his older sister, Sin Chan. Him and his family do not know anyone in West Massachusetts, so it was also unknown why he would be in that area. Both Rhode Island and Massachusetts police are involved in this case, and if he were alive today, he would be anywhere between 22 and 23 years old. Now, this is another case with open-ended conclusions. He could have walked out of his life, and that's what people seem to think, at least in the media articles that I have read. But also, he seemed to keep in contact with his family, so I'm not sure that that would be a probable conclusion. Could he have committed suicide? He was under pressure from school, and it was unknown what his mental state was at the time. But unfortunately, even though I really hope that that is not the case, I have to unfortunately touch upon it because it is a possibility. Now, did any information come from the Uber driver that night? Did the Uber driver see a car or see him getting into a car in the area? We're not sure, and I don't think that police are either. Now, did the accident have anything to do with his disappearance? Could he have wandered off and been disoriented? Is that the reason that he ended up getting in the single car accident? Was because either maybe he could have been possibly under the influence, or maybe he was not himself and We're not sure why, but could he have wandered off and succumbed to the elements, or could he have wandered off and just possibly, is he somewhere that he doesn't know where he is and he needs help and he is in danger? Now, another question is, why would he be in Massachusetts? He lived in Rhode Island, and his family said that he didn't really know anybody from that area, so the reason that he would be in that area is unknown to investigators and to the public as well. Now, did he have any ties to Massachusetts? I couldn't give you the answer to that one, but possibly the reason he was out there could be everything behind this disappearance, and somebody out there knows something. And I'm sticking by that because I truly believe that somebody out there knows something that happened to Stephen. Now, unfortunately, foul play could be a possibility in this disappearance as well. Why was his scent lost? Did a vehicle really come pick him up? And if so, where did the vehicle go? And where did Stephen go? Where is he? And this is all that the family and his loved ones are looking for, are answers, just like us. And there unfortunately haven't been any answers in 2 years. Now, if you or anybody you know have any information on this disappearance, please call Bristol Police Department at 401-253-6900. His name is case number is MP50755, and the agency case number is 18-384-0F. Once again, Stephen is an Asian male who stands at 5'8" to 5'9". He weighs 140 pounds and has black hair and brown eyes. He wears rectangular framed eyeglasses and was last seen in a light-colored, possibly gray hooded sweatshirt, which could be the same one in the picture that I will show you next. Please, I beg everybody, if they have any information on any of these cases, please call the numbers given and help these families out. Give them some answers and give them some closure. That's all they ask for, and that's also all that the public asks for as well. These cases, no matter how small or how large the information may range, are very, very important to people like us, and I really hope that one day answers will be given to these families, and that their prayers can finally be answered and that they can sleep at night. And that's all I ever wish for. And that is the reason why I do these videos, is because it's my passion. I can't imagine the heartbreak and the absolute pain that these families are going through because they can't find their loved one. It's so sickening to me that somebody out there has to know something and just is withholding the information for whatever reason. It's not fair after all these years to still be wondering where they could be and what can happen to them. Thank you all for watching this video, and I hope you all have a great night.